A priest, a pastor and a rabbit entered a clinic to donate blood. The nurse asked the rabbit, "What's your blood type?" "I'm probably a type O," said the rabbit. Our oldest has been obsessed with the new god of war. When he got home from school, I said en quat, "Did you hear that they have 2 more games planned?" En quat. His face lit up and he asked en quat, "Really?" En quat. En quat. "Yeah, the follow-ups to Ragnarok, Ragnapaper and Ragnascissors." En quat. He is currently not speaking to me. A man walks into a bar with a small newt on his shoulder. The bartender said, "What an interesting pet. What's his name?" "Tiny," the man replied. The bartender said, "That's an odd name. Why did you call him Tiny?" "Because he's my newt." Quote. An old man on his deathbed calls together his family. "My darling wife, are you here?" he asks. "Yes, dear, I'm here," she replies. "And my son, are you here?" he gasps. "Yeah, Dad, I'm right here." "My darling daughter, are you here?" "Yes, Daddy, I'm here." The man says, "Well, if you're all here, why the hell are the lights on downstairs?" A man walks into a pet store and asks for 12 bees. Pet store worker. Brings 13 bees. Man. Why is there 13 bees in here? I asked for 12. Worker. Oh, that one's a freebie. Quote. Edit. Top of R. Dadjokes? Gadzooks. I'll show this post to my 11-month-old in the morning so she knows that I'm officially considered a dad, and that I've attracted quite a buzz here. When should single men put on a condom? In every conceivable situation. A newly married couple wakes up on their first Christmas morning together. The wife kisses her husband on the cheek and says, en quat, "Merry Christmas, hun. Don't get up. I have a surprise for you. As your first Christmas present, I'm going to make you your favorite breakfast in bed. Eggs Benedict. En quat. En quat. Wow, great. En quat," says the husband, propping himself up in bed as his wife scampers away to the kitchen. A little time and lots of clanging and cooking later, the wife returns with a beautiful plate of eggs Benedict, fresh and steaming hot on a plate. The husband smiles from ear to ear as he takes the plate from his wife, but gets a slightly quizzical look on his face when he notices that the plate is one he's never seen before. Instead of their usual dinnerware, this plate is a shiny, silvery metallic one. En quat. This is wonderful, darling. En quat. The husband says, en quat. But what's with the fancy plate? Did you get it special for today? En quat. En quat. Of course I did, en quat. Beams the wife, en quat. It's Christmas. En quat. En quat. There's no plate like chrome for the hollandaise. En quat. This is actually the worst joke I've ever seen. Commendable handshake, hands clapping. My boss has threatened to fire the employee with the worst posture. I have a hunch, it might be me. Why did someone upgrade from LGBTQ to LGBTQ+? So they could use pronouns rather than standard nouns. Why did the Star Wars movies came out in the order 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3? Because en quat. In charge of scheduling, the Yoda was. En quat. In memory of my dad, 2 peanuts were walking down the road. One was assaulted. His favorite joke, and God, I missed his Thanksgiving dinner yesterday. Fun fact. The original spelling of banana was banana. The present spelling was adopted about 250 years ago during the Enlightenment. What do rich people say when they tickle their baby? Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. Not bad, son, I'm proud of you. I was having problems hearing, so I went to see my doctor. First thing he asked me to do was describe the symptoms. En quat. Well, en quat. I says, en quat. Homer is a bald fat dude, and Marge has blue hair, en quat. When I was a kid, my dad got fired from his job as a road worker for theft. I refused to believe he could do such a thing. But when I got home, the signs were all there. Last night in bed, my wife kept saying, I was born in 1892 in Bloemfontein and I wrote The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. She's Tolkien in her sleep again. What starts with a W, and has 3 letters, but ends with a T? Yes. Spoiler. En quat. What en quat? Starts with a W, en quat, and en quat. has 3 letters. And quat, but and quat, ends with a T. What has 4 letters, sometimes 9, and never 5? I was really angry when I ran into my friend Mark who stole my dictionary. I said, "Mark, my words. Quote, my 4-year-old daughter is gonna be a great dad one day." Her. "We voted today at school." Me. "Oh yeah? What did you vote on?" Her. "A piece of paper." A play on words enters a room and stabs a dozen people. Only 2 survive. Pun in, 10 dead. I've decided I want a pet termite. I'm going to call him Clint. Clint Eastwood. Help. Does anyone remember the joke from this sub about a chiropractor? It was posted about a week back. What's blue and not very heavy? Light blue. Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. What's the non-binary agenda? Click to see spoiler. You have to read it with a Boston accent for it to make sense. My mailman told me he is going on vacation to Spain tomorrow. So I asked him if he was going to Barcelona. He proceeded to ignore what I believe to be my best joke of 2022. Maybe you messed it up. After all, the most crucial part of a postal joke is the delivery. Did you know Mortal Kombat is based on an old Scandinavian church song? Yes, on a Finnish hymn. A Jewish man's son leaves, and returns home a Christian. The man goes to discuss the matter with his Jewish neighbor. And quote, "It happened with my son, too. He left home Jewish and came back a few days later a Christian." And quote, "They go to talk to the rabbi about this issue. And quote, you're not gonna believe this, and quote, the rabbi told them. And quote, my Jewish son also left and came back a Christian. And quote, so they had to take it a level higher. The rabbi talked to God, and quote, our sons are leaving home and returning as Christians. What's going on? And quote, God replies and quote, so, you're not gonna believe this. And quote,